Alright, sports fans, we are at the Chicken and Rice place, a couple blocks down the street. The reason I'm sweating like a whore in church is because we walked from TTK down the street to this place. No car, no Suzuki today. So I'm sweating like a you-know-what. She's fine. So I be. No problem. And it's raining out, so she looks like that after walking 2 blocks in the rain. Is what it is. So the water is free. Nam, say it. Nam, like Vietnam. She wants me to sit over by the fan. Jai. Wonder why she would think that. Yeah, I'm not wearing a mask. That's not a political statement. For whatever reason, Thailand is still requiring it, but garbage can. All of a sudden, in the last week, there hasn't been actors and singers and stuff wearing them on TV, which is weird because 3 weeks ago, like they have America's Got Talent, the Thailand version, and every one of them, there's like 30-40 singers in uniforms, were all wearing the face mask, the plastic face mask. So it's weird to see nobody wearing a mask. None of the clients, none of the staff, the little girl. There's always a little girl in a restaurant like this. What's cool about this place is 35 baht for chicken and rice. Chicken and rice is like a big deal in Thailand. They've got free nam, right? Free water and ice. And she started as a cart, as a push cart. You can see the original. So she was a kapkun. She was a vendor out on the street and then did enough business to get a restaurant like this. So the little lady got the chicken and rice. I got the pork. Yum, yum, yum. The pork meatballs and then sliced pieces of pork. Yum, 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 yum. And chicken and rice, which once I had here already and wasn't blown away with, was 35 baht. What makes it, she told me the last time that we were here, is the sauce. That brown sauce we dip the chicken in. And of course, apparently there's 2 bowls of broth. Every time we come here, the 2 of us, 1, 2, 3. I really got to learn Thai. I mean, it's 30 baht or 35 baht, whatever, but still. Like, who the hell's going to eat all this? Jai. So, what she's offering me now is the big 4, one of which is missing. And that's peppers and vinegar, sugar, brown sugar, unprocessed, and red pepper flakes. So it's like a sweet, sour thing. And then you get your salty from the fish sauce, nam pla. Say it, nam pla. Which, remember, nam, you just learned, those who are paying attention, nam is water, so nam pla is fish water. And it's really cool. They take little tiny fish like anchovies and they squish their little guts out and let it sit and ferment for days and days and weeks, and flies are all over the place, and that's the juice. And then sweet soy sauce. So you can add sugar and salt at the same time. I like the oyster sauce and I like the black soy sauce, but I'll go ahead and put a little sweet in there. See, it's thick. It's more oyster sauce like in its consistency. I'll add a little bit of heat, but not too much, because you saw her empty the whole bowl of peppers into hers. In fact, funny story. So I'm doing 2. I'm doing 2 little teaspoons of vinegar pepper. Funny story. is, yesterday she made food for herself like she does every day, rice food, right? And she was eating it, and I was sitting next to her, and she goes, like that, and starts fanning her mouth. It says pet mock. Now, pet is spicy, mock is very. So she made her own food too spicy for herself. There you go. Yum yum. And once again, they're not really big on chopsticks here. They use tablespoon and fork together as a implement of destruction. So I'm gonna have one of the little pork meatballs. They're really good, especially when you dip them in the broth. I like the brown broth, which means it's been cooked longer, and a little bit of the sweet and salty. It's a killer mix. Honestly, the first time I ate it, I thought it was a Rocky Mountain oyster, because that's kind of the texture. Like if you've ever had offal, and I don't mean AWFUL, I mean OFFAL, intestines and livers and kidneys and stuff, that honestly has the texture of a little rubbery, little chewy, but good, full of porky goodness. And then these little slivers from various parts of the Mr. Piggy, soft, a little chewy, a lot of pork flavor, a lot of enjoyment for 30 baht, which is $1, less than $1. And then the broth, I got brown, that broth is, oh my goodness. Yeah, it's delicious. It really looks like it's been cooked all day. I don't know when they start that big pot, that propane pot, but that's where all the goodness comes from. Yum. And really one of my favorite things at this place, when you get the chicken and rice, is they give you a little bowl of soup with scallions. Very delicate flavor, kind of like the ramen I had in Chiang Mai. Not overpowering, just clean. It really cleanses your palate, and it's really delicious and simple. So sometimes the most simple food's the most powerful. So I'm going to go ahead and chow down on the 2 bowls. I love these too, these big old pork bones in here. Just chew the meat off of them. So good. Delicious. That is so good. And of course, when you leave the bone in, it just makes the broth a lot more flavorful. So this is a killer broth too. This is a little bit clearer than the brown one, but still packed with flavor from those bones. Oh yeah, God, it just packs a ton of flavor. So 30 baht, $1. I'm all about that all day. Alright, so when we did the pig's blood video, I talked about my traditional slurping of the broth. So basically, when I finish the whole dish, eat all the pork and most of the noodles and veggies, I just take my bowl and slurp. So good. That just makes me happy. It's a little sweet, it's a little salty, like you'd expect from that little, you saw I just put 2 little shakes of sweet soy sauce in. And the black soy sauce does the same thing, sweet and salty. And it just really, salt intensifies the flavor of whatever you're eating. So they cook that broth for a long time. That's how it gets so deep and rich and brown. And you get that intense porky broth flavor highlighted by the sweet and the salty, which I love sweet. If you don't like sweet, just use regular soy sauce or use the nam pla fish sauce. That's it. That's my 30 baht bowl of noodles, and I'm a happy camper. Alright, so I definitely had some help, but we finished the pork soup with the bones. There they are. There's the dead soldiers. It was delicious. Very good. And what I wanted to show you real quick was the globules of fat. If you want to lose weight, drink carrot juice. If you want really good broth, look for broth that has these fat globules in it. Can you see? Can you see in there how it's got those little sparkly things? That's all fat globules, similar to the ramen I had in Chiang Mai. And as we all know, fat equals flavor, so it's delicious. And I'm about to down this stuff too. Golden color as opposed to the brown broth of the first one I had, but packed with just as much flavor. And then my sweetie was kind enough to go get a second bowl of this really delicious palate cleanser. And it's the lightest of the three. It's like heavy, medium, and light or small, because it's very delicate tasting, but so clean and clear. It's a lot like the miso broth you get in sushi places, that opening appetizer miso soup with the little scallion. So just a little delicate green onion flavor, like a very delicate miso broth, but delicious. Very good. So I'm happy. I'm about to finish this broth. That's it. This should be the last one. It's raining out still. We're gonna walk back in the rain because I don't give a shit, and apparently neither does she. That's probably why we're together. All right, at the risk of getting my phone wet and destroying it, we're back to TTK. One of us was smart enough to put a plastic bag on their head and over their phone. Guess you know which one's the smarter one. That goes without saying. But anyway, we're back to the infamous TTK, aka Pie Sausage House. And at their ends, our little adventure.